We're going to be talking today about decluttering and prospering with Neptune Conjunct, the North Node. They're coming together. They've come together. This energy is big and rare. And I wonder, as we talk about this and all the Feng Shui, I wonder if you've had a sense in the last week or so, it's been since around the 7th, have you had a sense that it's easier to let things go? Have you had a sense that it's easier to declutter? Or maybe you just have an easier spirit about you. Maybe you have an easier time moving towards something that you want, or you feel sort of a lightness of being bubbling up. What this is, and we'll talk about what it is in just a second, what this is doing essentially is like adding a layer of magic to all of life. And I always love when there's an extra bit to the story, right? When there's something extra, something that makes it special. So these are like the glittery details of life, but it's also wildly abundant, because when you can let go of so much that's been in your way, you become immensely open to receiving the new. I'm getting all kinds of messages from my friends. Maybe you've had the same in the last week or so already. If you're watching this when I just film it, that people are making big decisions or starting to go, wait, I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to move. I'm ready to change. This is sort of like the epitome. It is the epitome of the year of the snake. It's the epitome of, which is the Lunar New Year, the epitome of the number 9, which is the numerology of this year. This is the energy. So Neptune, the planet of the subconscious, the planet of dreams, the planet of being visionary and intuitive, and the North Node, which is the point in the sky that has to do with our manifestation. People say destiny. I believe we create our own lives. The story you're telling, how you're living, what you're moving and into, what you're bringing into your life, all of this manifestation, this big dreams and big visions meeting big manifestation. And in the sign of Pisces, it is flow. It is easy. It is opening. It's going to be so much fun to really revel in this energy, and it will be around for quite some time, really strongly for the next few months, which is why I thought this was a fun extra layer of magic as the year starts to pick up. So we are already out of the Jupiter retrograde, and we are going to be out of the Mars retrograde, which may have started this year a little bit slow for you. So a lot of people have been telling me January lasted 2 million days, and not in a good way. And February, a little bit of the same. And it is all for a purpose. Slow down a little bit right now and tap into the magic. Know how powerful you are. So this very rare meeting of Neptune and the North Node in the sign of Pisces is an intuitive booster. It's meant to give you more freedom, more creative freedom, more creativity, and a deep sense of purpose. And a lot of this has to do with alchemy. How many of you, and I don't mean just reading the book, The Alchemist, which is brilliant, but I don't know how many of you remember cartoons where there was, or maybe they still have cartoons like this, where there was an alchemist, there was a magician, and the magician would be trying to turn lead into gold, would be trying to solve the mysteries of the universe, create potions. We're all alchemists. We all have the ability to do this. And it's about testing your own abilities right now, testing your own superpowers. So if you've been excited to know what you're capable of, now is a great time to do little experiments. So you can even do this for the next week, for the next month. You might want to try a manifesting experiment where you meditate or visualize for a certain amount of time. You may want to dive into some sort of, I'm not a big fan of positive thinking only, but positive thinking mainly for a set period of time to help you clear your mind. You might want to start like a really great meditation practice that aligns with you, not forcing yourself to do it. But the key here is to get rid of, sweep away the cobwebs of the old way of being. so that you can do something brand new. You can show up as an alchemist in your life and trust that you can make magic happen. Trust that no matter what you're faced with, you can turn it around. And one of the first ways to start doing this and really harness this is to declutter. And again, it's probably going to be easier to let things go. Right before I did this, I almost pushed this back by a half hour, because right before I did this, I just got this inspiration to go out to my patio and clear everything. And I have a giant garbage bag full of garden stuff and trimmings from everything, all the plants that needed to be trimmed, everything. It's immense and it feels so good. And it was so easy. I didn't have to think about it. I didn't have to gear myself up for it. And so with what you're pulled toward, if you're pulled to suddenly, for no reason that you can understand, clear out your cabinets and reorganize them, or do the same thing in your laundry room, whatever it is, whatever you're drawn to do it. Do it, do it, do it. And let that energy, that flow, that Pisces energy of flow, keep moving you along in letting things go. Why does it really matter? Because one, as you let go of all that stuff, you are freeing yourself in emotional ways, energetic ways. You can shine brighter and you can be more of that alchemist. You will tap into more of your intuition. Truly, one of the best ways to tap into intuition is to clear the clutter in your life of all kinds. And so this is really like a super boost, a supercharge for all of life. And so decluttering in intuitive ways, what you're drawn to, get into it, let things go. Don't push, don't force, follow the energy. It might be that you're first drawn to declutter your mind, to do meditation, to journal, to do something like that. Do it. Allow this to be a natural process, not something forced. In this whole Feng Shui method, we don't do force. Force creates problems. It creates force back at you. It creates all kinds of problems and resistance, and you don't need that. You need flow and prosperity and awesomeness. And so let things go. You might have a bunch of stuff popping into mind right now where you're like, oh, I want to do my bookshelf. I want to do this. I want to, let things go. I want to clear out the back of my car. Whatever it is, do it. It's going to be amazing. And allow this letting go to seep into all aspects of your life, meaning not just the clutter that's in the closets, but also it might be time to let go of a certain way of thinking, let go of a certain person or a certain thing that is no longer serving you. It might be time to let go, and it might be easier than ever to do so in the best possible way for everyone and everything involved. This is a really high octave energy. It's a very high vibe energy. So it's good. It's really, really good. Now, immersing yourself in high vibes is part of this switching on of more magnetism, more prosperity, more intuition, more inner guidance. Immerse yourself in that energy in your home. You are not going to be positive all the time, every day, every minute. I am not suggesting that anyone is, but I am suggesting that you are immersed in an environment that is more of that for you all the time, because it will support you when you're going through challenges. It will support you when you're on a high. It will help you to bring in more when you're on a roll. It will help you to get past things when things come up. Keep the energy around you soaring. Right now, the free Feng Shui manifesting class is up. It's only going to be up for another week this year. And so if you're watching this when I first recorded it, below in the description box, you will find this. It's waiting for you. You could start right now. You could do the whole thing. The very beginning, even just the very first section of this class will take you through so much divine energy clearing to transform the energy of your home. It's totally free. You do not have to join the Breakthrough Camp. However, it's the prelude to the Breakthrough Camp, which is what's starting this season. And it makes sense. I just decided it was going to be the Breakthrough Camp and then recognized all this wild stuff that was happening right now. This is a time of making breakthroughs, really, truly. And in order to do that, we need to move in new ways and think in new ways. And so we do this big Feng Shui breakthrough camp immersion. But even before that begins, this class is waiting for you and you don't want to miss it. Immerse yourself in those high vibes. This is a time to be more magnetic. And it's very hard to be magnetic when you are drained. I just got a message from someone saying they were desperately trying to make a decision, a big decision in their life, and they decided this was going to be the year that this decision was going to be made, and that was it. And they're getting closer to making a decision, but they're just so all over the place, so busy, so this, so that. And what should they do? And my advice to everyone in all things is please feel a little bit better first. Unless you're forced to make a decision when you feel drained or when you feel depleted, unless it really is that urgent, give yourself time to revitalize before you make giant life decisions as much as possible. It's going to make a big difference in how you feel. And again, how your superpowers are working for you. Greater intuition, greater sense that you're on the right path, all of those things. You'll have more confidence, you'll have more radiance. Now, another thing you can do is make sure you are drinking enough water. Please. Water is not just the energy of Pisces and everything to do with what we're talking about, but water is key, not just for your body, but for your intuition. Very, very important. Keep drinking water, sip it throughout the day. You don't have to guzzle tons of water at once, but keep drinking water, stay hydrated, and it will keep your intuition on a higher octave, which is so important. And so that's a great one. Another thing in terms of revitalization is sleep. And I know I talk about this a lot. I say sleep more, sleep more. I'm going to be super clear. Like if you are not waking up feeling well rested, it's worth discovering if there is a physical reason why, or if there is just a habitual thing where you are really, truly burned out and you're just not getting enough sleep. So if you get to the point where you're sleeping 6, 7, 8, 7, 8 hours a night, and you still don't feel rested, 9 hours a night, you don't feel rested, discover what that is. I discovered that I had something called a myofunctional disorder. I'm almost done with it now. I've pretty much reversed it, but it took a while because it took a while for me to discover that was what's going on. I was mouth breathing when I was sleeping, and it was causing me to not have deep enough sleep. It was causing all kinds of problems. It was making my whole system get dysregulated. So it's worth digging in and finding out if you are not revitalized when you sleep. And this, again, I had to go on I went to everyone. I went to doctors. I went to healers. I had to go to an airway dentist to figure it out. So if you are not finding that you sleep enough, like there's no amount of sleep that's enough, and no matter how much you try, it's not working, go deeper. It's worth getting your health checked. It's worth talking to doctors. And also, just a little tip, side note, try airway dentist if you're not getting answers and nothing's coming up in any tests. You may be mouth breathing, or you may have another sleep situation happening, and they do sleep testing and they can look at your airway and see how everything's functioning. This was a revolution for me. I had no clue this was even a thing. And a lot of things have changed. Even my jawline has changed from sleeping with my mouth closed. It's crazy. So something to explore, and something definitely sleep, replenish, revitalize. And I know it can be easy to just be like, sleep more. You may have to reorganize some stuff, let some stuff go, declutter some stuff from your life so that you can sleep more. And one of the big things about this time is it might be easier to allow it. If you have a difficult time allowing yourself to feel good, a difficult time allowing yourself to rest, a difficult time allowing yourself to have sort of leisure, or to shut things down, or to take time off, it might be easier now. And if it's not automatically easier now, lean into it a little bit more and make it a little bit easier. Now, the big part of the decluttering and manifesting more is that as you let things go, creativity starts to rise. And creativity is your manifesting power in my mind. I believe everything is creative. We're creating our life all the time. You're constantly creating things. You're creating this moment right now. Use your imagination again to become more of an alchemist. Use your creativity. Be more resourceful. Start tapping in. Have a lot of fun. This could be a great time. This is a perfect time to work on things that create more alignment in your life. So working on your energy, working on your home, getting things really organized can help you to get into a deep, deep, deep creative flow, hit a higher level, a higher octave of creativity, and start really challenging yourself to think bigger, to use your imagination, to make things happen, to use your sense of magic and wonder to make things happen. I don't want to add a bummer note to this live, but I am going today to spread the ashes of a friend of mine who was very, very sick and then recently passed away. And her life was just this. It was, her own alchemy, her own manifesting power. She believed in so much. And I feel like as a tribute to her, as she is free in this world, and free symbolically with what her family is doing today, that as a tribute to her, I am going to allow myself to dream bigger every day, to look at what I have in store and to go further, to look at what I have in mind and push the envelope, to look at what I was planning on doing and do it bigger, to allow myself to actually dream really big, and not really big in a silly way, like things that I don't really want just because they're big, but to dream really big, to make everything amplified. And when I do that, and I started doing that for the last weeks, everything is so magical. Things are happening that I have always wanted to have happen. It's wild. It's amazing. It's so fun. And it's available to you right now. None of this costs a thing. Decluttering doesn't cost a thing most times. And all of the home energizing and things, you can do this. It doesn't take much. And that free manifesting class that I talked about that's linked for you, you can energize your whole home with stuff from the grocery store or stuff you already have in your pantry. So do it and move with your instincts and your intuition. Move with your instincts and your intuition. Actually go for it. Don't just go, oh, I have a feeling about this or I have a feeling about that. Do it. Do something about it. I could kick myself for the number of times that I had an instinct about investing in something, an instinct about doing something. And even if I just did a little bit, I didn't have to go crazy. It would have been immensely beneficial. Move with your instincts. Move with your instincts. If you're being told to do something, if you're getting a sense that it's time to do something, just do it. Just go. Don't wait. Don't talk yourself out of it. This is a time, again, of flow, of more of the subconscious, of allowing that subconscious stuff to move you. And again, the best part of it is you get to choose. A lot of times people talk about programming your mind and the subconscious mind and all this stuff. And it's this endless web of trying to get rid of blocks. If you want to get rid of blocks, declutter your house. If you want to get rid of blocks, declutter your mind. Like meditate, clear your mind, go for a walk. If you want to get rid of blocks, stop allowing yourself to settle for them when they come up. There's truly no way I have found. And that's not to say that mental reprogramming doesn't work at all. I am not saying that. I use a lot of these tools with my clients. We go through them in all of the camps. We go through them in the Feng Shui school in depth. That really, the ones that really are phenomenal and make a big difference. They can actually change your brain. So many things that you can do to optimize. But this whole big thing about blocks, it just brings you more blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks. So I recommend just going for what you want and not stopping. Just keep going for what you want and don't stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Amazing things are on the way. you're creating amazing things every day. And this is one of the most surefire ways to not allow yourself to be stopped. You can only be blocked if you allow it. You can only be stopped if you allow it on some level. So don't let it happen. And it's just, again, a layer of magic to consider, a layer of magic to lean into. And really, if you take nothing else, whoops, nothing else away from this today at all, which is really funny. The person who called me had already called me. That's very strange. They never call twice. Lean in to allowing yourself to be as big as you want to be, to have more joy, to feel better and better and better. And this is going to be an epic time. Really let stuff go. Don't be stopped. And I just want to check the comments because there are a lot of comments today. Yay, Cosmic Girl, you're awesome. Hi, Honore. I cleaned my garage and received a check from a class action suit. That is incredible. Money always comes when I declutter. Listen to Jen. Money always comes when I declutter. I love that. I love that. My dentist discovered sleep apnea for me. I'm telling you, there is a lot that we can consider when it comes to revitalization. And this is something usually left out of the equation unless you know, meaning you wake up in the middle of the night or you have extreme insomnia or anything else. It's like a subtle, like hidden thing for a lot of people. And I'm really glad that you were able to uncover that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am blessed that you were here live. That's amazing. I spent 30 hours during the Lunar New Year decluttering to make so many leaps in space. As soon as I finished, the orders came rolling in. Oh my God, Sharon, I love that. And I love your essential oils so much. I'm about to give my dog a bath in your essential oil shampoo. Sharon is one of the students in the School of Intention, but I will say, with no sponsorship involved and not because she's my student, she sells the best essential oils in Australia that exist. And she does ship all over. But if you're in Australia or you are anywhere nearby or you're in the States and you want to try, because I'm so emphatic about it, it's pretty much the only thing I use in my house. Secret scent. In Australia, all her blends are magical. And I've been, as we're getting ready to make breakthroughs in the breakthrough camp, I've been using her chakra essential oils and they are amazing to align your energy. So yay, yay, yay. Major decluttering, major abundance, incredible things coming in. I am just thrilled about this time. And let's make magic happen, guys. Think of this. There's nothing to be lost by daring, right? Like we used to dare to do all kinds of things as kids, and there's nothing to be lost by daring now. It seems like it. It seems like we could get disappointed. We can be embarrassed. We could be upset. Don't even tell people what you're doing. Just do it. And you might be shocked to see what you can uncover when you do. I love you guys. And I will be back so soon because there's so much more going on right now. And yes, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please subscribe. There's lots and lots and lots to come. And I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.